Hi, this is Jackie.
Hi, this is Diana.
And this is Homebodies Only, where we welcome all bodies to join us as we break down and dissect HBO Max series. This episode, we are talking about the series finale of Somebody Somewhere. Well, at least as far as we know. And it is Season 3, Episode 7, AGG, which means All Glory to God.
It's one of my loves.
Yeah. Before we start, for those of you, the people watching, what are you wearing? Pajamas?
I am.
I assume. Okay.
I'm wearing my rosé, I think, pajamas. I don't know. They're like fun wine jammies.
Yeah. So
They're
for
so
those of
cozy.
you who cannot see, they're red. Are they red? The base?
Yeah,
red?
they're like
okay.
a reddish pink.
Scoop
Yeah,
neck-ish. Not scoop neck. Well.
Yeah, I got them at the Marshalls. Shout out.
And
they're
that has
fun.
bottles of wine all over it.
Out.
Yep. And some wine glass. And pants. I was going to ask you if there's pants. Okay. Love it. I am not wearing anything remotely exciting. Okay. I just had to point that out. Are you drinking something tonight?
Always. It's a Malbec. Where'd I get it? An Argentinian Malbec? Almos? I can't remember the name of it now. I should memorize those. But
wonderful.
It's a beautiful... Lovely. It was 91 points on Wine Enthusiast.
Oh, nice.
So it's delicious.
It has essence of grapes.
So good. Yes, indeed. A nice full body dry.
Lovely.
Yes.
All right, let's dig into it. We do love, hate, I can relate, laugh, cry, psychoanalysis, speech language analysis. We are also going to talk about our favorite episode of the season. I definitely can't decide of the series. That's not going to happen. Maybe some fave moments, quotes, something like that. Okay. A lot of my loves were also my cries. Just wanted to note that. First and foremost, Sam, I didn't cry about this, but Sam's a volunteer at the animal shelter. I was very happy about that. And I also, they didn't say it was like so much later or anything like that.
Yeah.
But obviously it's a little bit later. Would she just become a volunteer and get that cool, hoodie sweatshirt overnight? Right. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Joel returning to his former church. I mean, that whole scene, he just kills me when he cries. Like he kills me. Trisha goes to Sam's house.
Yes.
And, well, formerly Holly's house, basically. That whole part. Sam and Trisha's relationship now, my love. Sam giving Trisha the necklace. I mean, also Trisha standing up for Sam with Iceland.
That was funny.
I have a lot of loves. When Joel says he's so glad he got on the ride with Sam. This part is going to kill me. With Sam's friendship. Oh. Woo! Because she told him maybe not to, right?
Yep.
When Brett waved at Joel outside the church, outside of Bradford. I did love that. He's like...
That's under the laughs.
Well, closure. Sam's dad calls, which also made me teary because the actor is passed away.
Yeah.
Sam complimenting Trisha for being a good sister. Thanking her also for sticking up for her. The song when she sang. I mean, it's like
the list goes on. That was good. Yeah.
When Iceland shows up at the bar, when Sam leans into Iceland, that was the same thing she did after she kissed him. It's like the cutest gesture because it seems so genuine, and it's like that. It's just so vulnerable, but like
melting.
Into you. I love that. Okay, sorry. What are your loves now?
If there was a song for that moment, I pictured like a slow dance. Like, remember Maisie Starr, "Fade Into You"?
Yes.
Fade into you.
Yep.
God, that's such a good. I don't care what genre of music you love. It's such a good song.
It's such a good song.
That moment, that song was like, because
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I have a song for
like a soundtrack going.
I sure do for everything. All right, so That's what I would have used. I would have chosen that song for that
song.
moment. Let's see. Love Joel and Brad still going for their walk. I was into that. AGG all the way. Loved it. Everyone at the bar together. Oh my goodness. Just the whole like party. And you already said love, 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 love. I gave it so many hearts. Sam singing and everything about her singing and Iceland being there in the back there. Those were my loves.
I have chills. I have one hate.
I have none.
You want to know what it is?
What is it?
Sherry was at the bar. She had no lines. So the first time I saw it, I didn't even think about it. And then I watched it the second time to really take the notes. And I was like, is Sherry at the freaking bar? And I saw her back and then she turns and you really have to like look for her. And she's like, oh, like she's clapping at one point. But she couldn't do one line. She didn't have the breast milk shots. I mean, or whatever.
Oh, the
tiny TBMs.
Tiny glasses of milk.
Didn't they say tiny breast milks? TBMs?
I don't know. Something.
She didn't get one? Like, come on,
Sherry.
Why didn't she? Oh,
man,
that was her spot. I mean, she had to sit at her spot, but
corner spot is a real thing. She's a corner spot gal for sure. Yeah.
Corner bar. Yeah, corner of the bar. I can relate. This is sad. It sounds terrible, but feeling like when you lose the sadness of grieving someone, even if they're alive, you know, like maybe a relationship or something, or dead, because it does feel like you're losing them. And I could relate to that. And there's also this, and people talked about this like comfort, where it's, you know, you might be terribly sad and everything, but once that starts to fade away, it almost feels you're out of your comfort zone. Like, because you were learning to live with it, I think, for so long. And then all of a sudden, maybe when it starts to fade away, you're like, oh my God, like almost like a panic. Would you have?
Was that your only relate?
Yeah, I probably could relate to other things, but that was like the only thing I wrote down.
You're gonna laugh. Was it a picture they had? I can't remember, but if it was at Sam's house. Anyway, I wrote, I can relate because I had the same Barbie dream house. That was in
there's a picture of her. Nice.
Dawn and I, my sister and I, had the same Barbie dream house. So I could relate to that. That was my only relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I was trying to find, and I keep thinking I looked this up like during the first season, but I don't remember what I concluded. But Googling it didn't help at all. Because people have said, because Bridget did really lose her sister. I was looking stuff up, and I think she had one sister and 3 brothers or 4 brothers. 4. I'm sorry. She had 4 brothers and 1 sister, and the sister passed away from cancer. And I think we had known that. But that picture, or like that woman looks like she could be her sister. But I don't think she is, but I couldn't find out who she was. The only name I got was, it said young Holly.
Okay.
Meredith Johnson was young Holly. So I guess like the little kid pictures. Yeah. But isn't that weird? I could not find a thing. It was so odd. It was so odd. I thought, like, everything's on Google, even if you don't want to be. You're on Google,
right?
Like, I don't know. Laugh. After Iceland tells Trisha he called and texted Sam, and then he asks her if she still thinks he's an a-hole, and she says, "Don't ask me that right now, okay?" Because he's like, "Do you still think?" That was funny.
He's got a great sense of humor.
Yes,
it's there.
Joel pooping at Sam's house is just funny.
Oh yeah.
I did laugh out loud when Trisha asked Sam why she makes things so hard for herself, and she's like, "'Cause it's fun." Just the way she said it. Those were my laughs.
Are those tiny glasses of milk? And that was chuckling.
Breast milk.
I actually laughed when she was like, "I think Holly might like it if we have a glass of wine right now."
Oh yeah, that was great.
Trisha and Iceland's exchange, absolutely. Joel's jog.
Oh, when he's like, race ya. And she's like, okay.
That
And
was
he
great.
just-
And
yeah.
of course, Joel with the 911. I was dying. It's like, it's so bad.
Thank God,
Oh my God,
she lives where she lives.
Yeah, right. The proximity to where the church, was it after church?
I don't know
I can't
where
remember
he
when
was
he
coming from.
had the 911.
I don't know.
Oh my God, I was dying. That was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
So funny. Oh golly. Cry?
Oh my God. I cried the whole freaking episode.
Right.
Because the first time. I mean, the second time I cried, because I knew it was the finale. And I also kept crying because I'm like, they have to be sad. Like in real life, they must have been sad, When Joel cries with Pastor Deb, Trisha at Sam's house talking about Holly slipping away from her. When Sam gives Trisha the necklace, which I said already.
Mm-hmm.
When Joel tells Sam she's his person. Oh my freaking God. That and then she's like, well, I'm going to cry now. She's like, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said. Oh my God. Sam's dad calling when Iceland shows up. I mean, I cried when he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Sam leaving into him. And then I said, when the episode ended.
Duh.
Ugh. What you got?
I got Trisha talking about Holly, obviously. Mm-hmm. Sam giving Trisha the necklace. Oof. Joel, I think you're my person, Sam. And also the Miley Cyrus song that she chose. Say what you will,
song.
But I actually, it's such it actually is a really good song. Did Miley Cyrus help write that, or did she write it by herself? I don't remember who wrote that song. If it was her, I know it was from that Hannah Montana movie, which say what you will, but that song is really good. I actually years and years and years ago used to do a fashion show for a club at my school.
Yeah.
It was like
not the school we're at now.
No, my prior, and it was like a self-confidence, self-esteem group, and we'd get together after school. Anyway, long story short, that was the year I think that song came out, and so I chose it for our fashion show. As the main song. So you've got these girls that have been working for a couple of months or whatever, and then putting it all together to music and coming down the runway in their outfits, and just it was everybody that all of the families that were there were crying, and so that song always makes me cry. And I think of she was just so beautiful, singing that song.
Yeah,
the emotion. It was so good. She's so talented all around. So I cried during that, of course, because I was like, oh no, the end is coming.
Oh no, you knew the end. I know. I was dying. I was like, I kept looking at the length. I was like, oh my God. Also, what made me cry when she sang was that little 5-minute interview that I sent you. It was on YouTube, and it was a magazine. It was so good. Was that the one where she talked about how she felt when she sings, or was it a different clip?
She did talk about something about
feels in her whole body, and how good she feels when she sings. And so I just thought of that because that's real.
Yeah.
Where are we here? Psych analysis.
I just wrote in my notes about let's talk about Sam, in my opinion, just shedding all of the insecurities she's had and held on to or whatever. And it just kind of all of the things just coming. I don't know. It just felt like a big, she release. Felt like she could be skipping through a snake or something. It was awesome. It was just, it was really and nice to watch.
And not that it just was, actually, in all her relationship really came to points that were great. Her relationship with her sister. Her dad finally called and she's laughing with him. And then Joel telling her that she's his person, and Iceland, giving in to that or opening up to that, actually. But what was not really addressed, which I'm surprised, because well, you were right in predicting like he's going to unravel, and he really unraveled, like I think with the last episode. But they didn't talk about the kid thing. It really was more that church thing. Like he was like, I'm not going to go to your church anymore. So I thought that was interesting. They kind of left it. I feel maybe that was them closing it, but I feel like it was kind of left open. But
yeah, and maybe that's like him. Like this is the first part of me making it known who I am.
Being more
like
himself.
This is I want to be myself, and this is part of me. So
yeah,
maybe it's just for us to
ponder about.
Yeah, well, I don't have any predictions because
I know. On the Facebook page, it was cute. Someone wrote, there was like a snowstorm in Kansas, and they're like, I just picture Iceland and Sam at the farm, at the house, all cozied up with their books and beer, plenty of beer or something like that. I was like, oh, I know. We all like really wish these were real people that we were hanging out with. For speech language analysis, the only thing I got is the acronyms AGG and TBMs.
TBMs.
TBMs. Okay.
Oh man. Ooh, favorite episode.
Your favorite episode this season?
Shoot. I want to say, nah, I don't think it was that. Part of me is like, I feel like episode 3 was my favorite.
Which one was that one?
For a lot of Patsy Cline was it?
Well, that's my favorite moment. That's like one of my favorite quotes. Like,
you know, hanging out on the porch by herself. You know,
Porch
like
Life. That was
Porch Life. The donut truck. I don't know.
Maybe episode 3.
I feel like episode 3 was kind of my favorite. It's like between that and when they go on that.
Oh, when they go to the. Trip. I was thinking about what if it spreads.
Yes.
That's what if it spreads. That when they go on to the convention or whatever.
That was 4, right? No.
Yeah, that was 4.
So I'm like in the middle of the season was my favorite. What about you?
Okay, Num Nums.
It
has to be like there was too much, like the Pinot Grigio effect, all the stuff we talked about, and Brad's speech, and and her like reaching out to Iceland. I think that one I felt like was a little more packed with stuff too, maybe. But yeah, favorite moments or favorite quote, like Patsy Cline. I mean
Patsy Cline.
That is one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen on a show.
Yeah.
She is one of the best.
She's amazing.
I've ever.
Wait, what else is she in?
I looked her up. I think she was more on Broadway.
Okay.
But I don't think she has an Instagram page.
Oh man,
tag her. I don't even remember her name now. Sorry, guys. Yeah. But
yeah, there were some other good moments, but that's what I highlighted. I was like 1,000%.
Well, another favorite moment was like I said, we said it already tonight, like Sam leaning into Iceland after she kissed him. A lot of good moments, obviously, in this episode. I mean, they're just.
I wish I had your confidence. That little moment in the bed when they were having the sleepover. I mean, that was such a good.
Every episode, there's like there's gems.
Brad.
There's just these gems.
Brad yelling at the driver. That's so funny.
And the guy's like, sorry. And he's like, oh, I don't know if he says like, okay, or something like that.
Yeah.
I just thought of something else.
Joel, or, not Joel,
Fred?
What is wrong with me? Brad at the dinner thing, like the Thanksgiving scene or whatever. Like that was another good moment.
That was another great moment.
That was solid.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the show. I don't understand.
What do you? I can't believe it's over. 7 episodes. No. Like, come on.
I thought at least
we had to do the odd number. We couldn't go 8, 9, or 10. We couldn't go 10.
They should have done 10. They could have done 10. I know they
spread it out.
Could have done it. Oh, I was also noticing in this episode, the thing always with this show is like the transition montage. I don't even know what they call it, where they'll show like the Varsity Donuts place or something, and they'll play like that horn sound. But I wish I made a note of it. It was in between like scenes, I guess you want to call it, and they showed like a bunch of birds flying in the sky, and I don't know, it just hit me. I was like, God, they're like just they're just so good, the way they piece the shows together, the writing, the way they film
just
it,
the way it's produced in general.
This is just a great series moment. The bachelor party. Like, I was thinking about the bachelor party the other day, like how we wanted to do, like, could we have a contest where you win, you get to go in the bus or whatever he has. Now I didn't even have a name for it. I can't remember anything, but and go, and swing on the pole. I don't know, but like just so many great stuff. Great things.
Yeah, when Fred like busts out the college bus thing, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what you're talking about, right?
He drove the bus.
Yes.
Because he didn't
that was
drink.
a couple seasons ago. Yes. Is that last season or the one before?
I think it was last season, because he got married last season. It was at the end. Yeah. Yeah, that feels like so long ago.
It does.
Like, we wanted to go to the party. Remember how badly we were like, we wish we could go. And then I said they should have a contest. And then whoever wins can go on the bus with all of them.
Yep. That's right. We got to get down to the city and see some of our favorite folks down at.
I know. I got to keep, like, now I'll start stalking, I guess, the Joe's Pub website. I wanted to say a few things. I never say this, but I feel like I should. If you like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, or follow us on the podcast platform that you are on. We got a new review on Apple Podcasts, Diana.
You did?
It was just this past Friday.
Are you going to read it?
I will read it. It was great. I just happened to like look at it because I was like, well, we haven't had a review in a while, and we hadn't done a show in a while. So this is from Joycey O. She gave us 5 stars. So
Love
thank
that.
you, Joycey, so much.
Thank you.
Started listening for Somebody Somewhere. Missed that show already. Oh, but I also really enjoy all the recaps I've listened to so far. Thanks for the pod. What I forgot to say was her title of the review is usually say NNP, but you guys are, she put ... So because NNP was no new people, right? That was one of the episodes. Like, and it was probably, it might have been last season because Susan was coming around or whatever, and she was like, NNP, no new people. But I called it, on the audio podcast, I like to play with the titles. I called it No Nighttime Pants, because I think we see Sam with no pants on going to bed or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you, Joycey. So
thank
that's
you
another
so much.
thing. I know that was just, it's like a little present.
I feel like we're hanging out with her, like in the car or
so
earbuds, doing dishes. I don't know. So shout out. Thanks for listening.
Feel free on YouTube to comment, to interact, because that's what I love. I love interacting with people, like,
especially about
like
hangers.
this. Yeah,
that's our thing.
That's a whole other story. Actually, someone asked a question on one of the past episodes just this morning. It was like, why did Joel? I'll watch the video, but why did Joel leave the church again? And I was like, because he lied about the choir practice, anyway. So I'm like, I love chatting about the episode. Yeah. Let's keep this alive. Let's keep Somebody Somewhere alive.
I know. I feel like they need a reunion in the abandoned mall church, right? That's my favorite.
Yeah. The VFW replaced that.
Oh, geez.
Okay. I guess that's it.
That's a wrap.
Goodbye. I don't want to say goodbye. How long is this? Where's the time? They moved things
24
around.
minutes.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. You're welcome. Longer. Short, sweet.
Yes. So like I said, like, subscribe, comment, email, whatever you want to do. We are going to be talking about Sex Lives of College Girls. We're a bit behind.
Season
but
what
it's okay.
Is it up to?
3, I believe, just like this one.
Okay.
Season 3.
All right. Binging starts now.
All right. Bye.
This is the BTRP Media Network.